right. Hello. Hello, hello. We have a treat for everyone today. We're doing a tier list. And not just any tier list, everyone's favorite type of tier list, a Disney tier list.
That's more of a trick than a treat.
Somebody in this lineup said they didn't think they'd have any S tier. So we're going to see. Try to guess who it is as we go along.
Uh-oh. I think they can guess, actually.
Right, this is not going to be divisive at all. I'm already anticipating there's going to be some like, what? No, from a couple of us on a couple of these. But before we jump into it, I do want to mention to everyone that the only reason that we are doing a tier list today is because we did hit our December goal. And we do have a January goal up right now. I know it's a little bit of a short notice, but I still believe in us, okay? And for the January goal, if we are at 125 subs on January 30th, we're going to do an iconic movie kiss quiz. Where essentially, if I show you a still,
we're gonna recreate all the kisses.
You have to tell me what the movie is, because it'll be during February on Valentine's Day.
I'm gonna
top 5 of movie kisses way back in the day.
It's gonna be all the top romantic scenes. I'm gonna sit there with a pencil and paper, and Doug's gonna be out on the couch, completely naked, saying, "Draw me like one of your French girls, Rob."
Right. Also, before we get too into this as well, because I already see people talking about this in the chat, okay? I was doing a lot of research for this, and it seems like there was a lot of debate about what the Disney revival encapsulated. And so I took what I found the average to be, which is from Bolt to Encanto. Okay.
When did Home on the Range come out? Because I feel like that should be rock. Yeah. See, that's the thing. That should be rock bottom. So therefore, anything afterwards, by default, is the Disney revival.
Well, and I did see a whole bunch of debate about whether Bolt is included in this or not, because the whole idea of the era being called the revival era is it's when basically Disney started making money again and like having hit after hit after hit. And while Bolt was not a critical success, it was a box office success. So it was one of Disney's biggest box offices in years.
So then clearly when it comes to Disney remakes, we are then in the ultimate revival because they keep I don't like that definition.
I think Bolt's fine, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's got to be both artistic and money. So it's like, even if it doesn't make a ton of money, if it's artistically a good movie, that's a revival.
There was just a lot of debate whether it started with Bolt or Princess and the Frog and whether it ended with Encanto or Wish. And I was like, I don't want to talk about Wish and Strange World.
I think it starts with Bolt.
So, yeah. We're going to read a couple of these bit messages and then we're going to just hop right on to it. Please do remember that we're going to be mainly discussing the tier list here. So we will thank people for bits, but we may not be able to give you super in-depth answers for all your bit questions because I don't just want to turn this into a Q&A because we're lucky enough to have Doug, Walter, Malcolm, and Rob all with us today. And we have some opinions. So we want to get through those. Noff, thank you for the 50 bits. Who here is ready to tear up this Disney revival list? Woo!
Oh yeah. Woo, woo.
Majestic Demon, thank you for that 57-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. OMG, yes, the revival era. I can't. Oh, and yay, 57 months. Oh, and yesterday was my 29th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy belated birthday. At Movies, thank you for the 50 bits. What classic stories do you think Disney should adapt next? I wouldn't mind seeing them do Dracula.
I agree, actually. That's the one I would have said. I'd love to see how they would do Dracula. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think they could do really cool.
Doesn't it?
That's what's so interesting about it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think they could do it.
I don't know if I want.
If they could do Hunchback, they could do Dracula.
Yeah. Disney's Dracula.
Hello.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if they could do that.
I'm with Walter on this. I don't know.
I think they could do it.
Frankenstein they could do. Oh yeah, Frankenstein would be interesting.
I want to see a really good Dracula anime, that's
It's called Castlevania.
Yeah, I know that's not Castlevania or half of the other ones with vampires in it, but just like straight up do Dracula and see what they come up with. I would actually much rather see that.
At Movies, thank you for the 50 bits. I just covered my mouth because this message made me laugh a little bit. Say what you want about Wish, but at least the main character stayed black all the way and didn't turn into frogs.
Oh,
That's a
this is
good
that.
point.
Green is a color. Thank you very much.
Oh my god. Majestic
And
Demon.
it's not easy being green.
As Darman has shown us.
Majestic Demon. Oh, sorry.
Content creator. Anyway, no, it's a content creator. He tried to do a bit on how you shouldn't discriminate based on someone's skin color, but the person's skin color was green, and it was just an odd video choice. But yeah.
Yeah. Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. Bolt goes in C tier for me. It's kind of in one ear, out the other type of film. Well, we'll talk about that in just a moment.
We'll get to that. I have thoughts on Bolt.
Star Wars Satan, thank you for that 29-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Question for Doug. Did you know that there is a Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter is Dead remake that came out last year? Could that be a future NC?
I never got all the way through the original. It's not even because it was terrible. It was just kind of boring. So probably not. I don't know if I have that much passion for it. I'll look into it, though. I didn't even know it came out.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the 50 bits. Do you guys think Home on the Range is Disney's version of Mamma Mia?
Mamma Mia's worse. I'll give it a little credit and say Mamma Mia's worse.
Yeah, I definitely like Home on the Range is at least kind of pretty to look at.
It has Jennifer Tilly. I like Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, Mamma Mia annoyed me much.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Which is worse in your opinion, Wish or Chicken Little? Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. Yeah,
Chicken
I
Little.
agree.
That's-
Wish at least had some experimenting.
I don't like
in there.
Wish, but Chicken Little.
Yeah, Chicken Little's just unpleasant. Wish is just dumb.
Joel B, thank you, or JL, sorry, thank you for the 100 bits. You said you'd watch Smallville. I really hope you do because you will like the Superman movie references.
At some point, I already got a million other shows to watch, so it'll be a bit.
Yeah.
I hear it's good though.
One more thing here before we get to our very first one, Bolt. You will see that the list that I found has Pixar ones at the end here, but we're going to get through the main Disney movies, and if there's time, we might start adding some of the Pixar ones. But we
Good
did
idea.
do a Pixar tier list a little while ago, so
Yeah,
we
we
have
did that
already talked
recently,
about
yeah.
those. All right, so let's get started with Bolt, everyone. Where do you think we should put
Clearly
Bolt?
S.
S, A, B,
S.
C, D.
S tier, unironically.
Um,
I know I'm not going to go S.
I was
I
gonna
honestly
say.
would give. I honestly would give it an A.
I wouldn't go there.
No, I like it.
If D is the lowest,
Yeah, D is the lowest.
then maybe B. I think it's cute. It works well enough. I wish it was funnier. There's just not enough good comedic writing in there, and some of the stuff at the end is a touch forced. But I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay. It's very cute. It's the perfect definition of a cute movie. It's super cute.
Given when that movie came out after Home on the Range, like I was expecting it to be hot flaming trash.
Yeah, same.
And I remember watching it going like, this is charming. It's adorable. It's cute. It's funny enough. I mean, I laughed. And I was actually kind of blown away because I'm just like, wow, Disney actually put out a quality product. Particularly too, this was also the era of like the way we have the stupid Disney remakes now. Everything right around then was still in that direct to video mode of like just throw whatever piece of garbage we can onto video and just crank it out. Like I honestly think like given when it was released, I would give Bolt an A easily.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree because it was like a simple story. It was it's like they tried to tighten things up. Like they carefully constructed this. It felt like they cared.
Interesting. I would put Bolt at a C. Like it was
Oh, really?
fun and whatever, but like especially given some of the other things that are on this list, I wouldn't return to Bolt, but there are quite a few on the rest of this list that I would return to in a second before Bolt. It was
I would return
fine.
to
It
Bolt,
was
and I
serviceable.
have.
Well, okay, so now we have to ask this too because there's no F on here. A C is just above the lowest of the ratings here. So that's why it's like I was thinking C too, but I'm like, man, if there's no F, I feel like I gotta give it a B then because I can't say it's one step above the lowest.
I mean, I would still say it's just average,
pretty low.
though. Like, yeah, I'm kind of trying to disregard like the thinking of, oh, well, it's not the second to the lowest. Like, we'll talk about this later, but I don't know. I don't even know what anything else that I would necessarily put in the D tier even on this list. So like, I don't know. It's
That's why I'm trying to look at the list. It's polarizing a bit.
I've had a very good time, and maybe I'm a basic bitch, but I
Rob, basic bitch Walker. I'm sorry.
well, I'll still say B for basic bolt bitch.
Okay, so we have a B. Walter, you said, have you seen this movie?
No, I have not, and I've never had any inclination to ever see it. So if that counts.
Great.
I think you'd actually like it. Okay, it's very cute.
It didn't even
It's
look like
fine.
a Disney movie. I remember seeing commercials like, "Oh, this is a Disney movie." Oh, okay.
So we have a
Never
B,
saw it.
an A, and a C. So should we put it in B then? Or I mean, I guess we're outvoted in A, I suppose, huh?
Yes, but ours are really low.
Yeah, we're outvoted in
I guess
A.
that's super low.
We are outvoted in A, so I guess Bolt goes to an A. What an
Okay, that'll
interesting
be-
way
I
that we're
mean,
going to start
hey,
this.
if that's the hill I die on in this entire list, then so be it.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, if
When
later
people
on,
complain about this as a go bolts that high, I'm gonna be like, you can talk to Rob. Send them to me.
I'm trying to look at this whole compilation of movies, and maybe later we might move Bolt. I don't know how y'all feel about that. But
I mean,
for
I
now,
already
I'm
said how I feel
comfortable
about
with-
it. Bolt should be at C.
I feel like it should be an A.
All right.
It
We're outvoted. We're outvoted.
it's like slice of lifey, but animals, ambition.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. Fair. All right. Moving on to Princess and the Frog.
Well, now since Bolt is at an A,
That's why I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
I mean, this is just gonna change everything now. Because originally I was
Wow,
gonna say like
because it's
maybe a B
impo-
for
because
Princess and
it's
the Frog, but now I gotta
impossible
go
to
A.
really-
Yeah.
I was gonna give it an A anyway.
Yeah,
It's
same.
just-
yeah.
I was originally gonna go B because of some of the story elements, but
Oh, okay.
but yeah, if Bolt's at an A, I gotta put that in.
I think Princess one, it's got a fantastic villain song.
Hmm.
Two, it it didn't succeed, but it tried to bring 2D animation back.
Mhm.
It didn't give us the greatest rehab Splash Mountain ever, but whatever. Can't all be perfect. Yeah, I would give it an A. I enjoyed the characters overall. I think it's the strength of the animation carries a lot of it, and
The animation is great.
I like the main character. Like, it was nice to have a
Mhm.
not Disney princess and who is from a lower middle class background and has a fantastic work ethic.
Yeah,
That isn't being forced to work because she has an evil stepmom. It turns out her mom's really nice.
no, I love that there's a workaholic Disney princess. I think that's really cool.
Okay, so
I don't even consider her a Disney princess, and that's what I love about her.
It's
is
in the title.
No, she's too good to be a
don't
Disney
take that away from
princess.
Tiana. She could be a princess and a boss bitch at the same time.
Mhm.
Okay, so Rob's an A.
Yes.
All right, who else?
I'll say A.
Okay. Doug's an A.
And I'm inclined to give it an A as well.
Okay.
What about Walter?
I have no reference for the Bolt comparison here, so just
Mhm.
from my opinion, I'd say it's a B. It's fine. I really don't have a strong opinion on Princess and the Frog. I do like that it tried to bring 2D animation back. There are some unique aspects about it. I do like some of the songs. I like the setting, but it never really rose to the A tier for me when I watched it a few times. So I would say B.
And that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
I would
Okay,
say
can we pause for a second? Because Return 19 Year has a very good point. But legally, she became a princess when she kissed a prince. # loophole the movie. So is he still a prince at the end of
Yeah.
that movie? I forget.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he
that's
just
true.
doesn't
Prince
go back
Fabian
to
is-
his kingdom.
yeah, he's a princess.
Well,
man.
fine. So she marries into it, but I like the fact
Yeah.
that she's not royal blood born.
Right.
Yeah, Yeah, but she's still a princess.
Because we're in America, no kings, only
Neither
man.
are half of them. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I would.
Dragons. Sorry.
No, it's
She
good.
said waves at Malcolm in the chat.
Oh.
I would put Princess and the Frog in A as well. I like Princess and the Frog. I think it's fun. I just love the songs. I love when some of them have some good songs, and the villain
some good
song is
songs.
great. I love Almost There.
That's a catchy one. I
Almost
do like
there.
that one a lot.
You know, I mean, even, Mama Odie with the dig a little deeper and you'll know. Like, they're great songs. So I would put it in A.
Transformation Station.
Right.
Mhm.
So we'll put it in A. And if we have time, we'll go back and sort some of these through the tier lists because, in my opinion, this is just mine. It's a crime that this is on the same level as.
King, it
Bolts,
looks
but
weird.
whatever.
It looks weird.
It's weird,
King
and
of
I
Autumn,
don't like it.
Tiana's just Grace Kelly in that scenario. What a cultured statement.
All right, let's move on to Tangled.
Again, going by everything else, I put it in A. I'd originally put it in B, but
I used to
I'll
say
put
A. The older I get and the more I look at that and Frozen, I'm just like, I think I like Tangled more.
Out of a lot of the recent Disney movies that have come out, that's one of the it's definitely one of the better stories. Just what a great retelling of that story. Just the plot layout is so good and so smart, and everything kind of connects perfectly.
It is a damn gorgeous movie too.
Mm.
And just a lot of the animation, like the comedy just on the horse.
The horse is great. Yeah, he's so good.
I don't know. I would give it an S.
Okay, so Doug is A, Rob is S, Malcolm?
I have not seen this movie in its entirety.
Okay.
I've been meaning to watch it. I know, like cousins, nieces, nephews, it's always there. I always catch just bits of it.
Walter?
I think this is like A- territory for me. I really like Tangled. You're talking about the horse and the animation is great on that. Flynn Rider is a good character. Mother Gothel is the mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mother.
memorable villain. Yeah, I would put this in a decent A. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with it.
This is a hard S for me. I love Tangled.
Oh man!
Love Tangled.
Well, what we got to do? We got 2 A's and 2 S's.
We
That's
got-
S.
We got 2 A's, 2 S's. That means we get to throw it to chat. Let me put the poll up really
They're
fast.
all gonna go S. Watch.
I don't
They're totally
know.
gonna do
We'll
S.
see.
No, they
So
totally
chat,
are.
you're
I'm fine if they go S.
I'm totally
Do it-
fine if it goes
Do it for Uncle
S.
Rob. Give it an S.
I love Tangled. It may be one of my favorites from this generation. I don't know. All right. I'm only gonna make it be for like 3 minutes. Again, chat, what you're gonna do, start the poll. What you're gonna do is click on the poll above chat. Don't just put in chat S or A. That's not gonna help. You need to go above and vote. It should be at the top of your chat, and you should see the current poll, Tangled, S or A. Those are your only choices, because that's where we're at. S or A. And I'm going to read just a couple of bit messages while we wait for chat to vote.
Yeah,
here.
ready.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. Question for Rob. Have you seen the show Daredevil? I'm watching it for the first time to get ready for Born Again, and I'm really liking it so far.
Yeah, the Netflix one.
Yeah, we did vlogs
no,
on it a long time ago too.
Yeah, I saw that back when it first was running. I loved it. I thought it was like, and I did really enjoy the Marvel movies at the time, but it was the perfect antidote to. It's just like, you know what? Can I get something R-rated, please? So I thought it was great. Yeah, and just Foggy for the win. The true hero of the story.
The true Mighty Duck.
The true Mighty
right.
Duck.
Bolton,
Yeah.
Bolton rides again. Let's go.
But no, Vincent D'Onofrio, like one of my favorite
So good.
performances. Him as Kingpin. You embarrassed me in front of her.
I quote that to this day.
Yeah, he does. He's quoted it many times.
At Movies, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Walter, fanscription idea. What if Stitch crash landed on Treasure Planet instead of Earth?
Oh, what a crossover. Sounds like fun. You should make it.
Yeah.
What if Stitch crash landed on the planet from Aliens?
Oh.
Well, he
That's
kind of
not-
did. I mean, that's what
that's
happened with the
the
Disney
number.
ride. He took
Yeah, I
over the alien
guess.
ride.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Knowing that Doug is now a fan of the show, what is everyone else's thoughts on Spectacular Spider-Man?
Oh, I've always liked Spectacular Spider-Man. Only thing I didn't like was the animation models or the character models. Were
I
kind of like
agree.
it turned a lot of fans
Yeah, I agree with
of
that.
Spider-Man away from the show, unfortunately. And some of my friends who are big Spider-Man fans didn't want to watch it because how it looked. But no, that's a
Yeah,
great
same.
show. It's right on the same level for me as the '90s animated show.
I think it's better. I think it's a lot better.
A lot of people like it better as well.
Hmm.
At Movies, thank you for the 50 bits. This doesn't count, but where does Frankenweenie rank?
I'd probably put it B or C. I'll say B. I liked it quite a bit, especially like how you get turned into a movie and the creative ways they worked with it. I thought it was pretty fun.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for that 32-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Sup, CA? Say, Doug, you hear that the creator of Owl House has teamed up with Glitch, the people behind Digital Circus and Murder Drones, to make a 2D animated series called Knights of Guinevere.
Oh, I didn't know the person who did Owl House. I saw the teaser for that, and I was like, "What is?" That's the first one of those where I saw the trailer, and I'm like, "What is this?" Like I said, I've seen a little bit of Murder Drones and Digital Circuit. Like, it's fine. That's the first one where I'm like, I'm excited for that. I want to see that.
Chat, you didn't let me down, Tangled.
I knew it was
is
gonna be
an S.
SG. Oh, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, it was 18-14, so it was pretty close. It was pretty close. All right. Next one is Winnie the Pooh. I've never seen this one. The modern Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Am I the only one that's seen this?
It's an animated Winnie the
No.
Pooh.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this.
Okay, Rob, have you seen it? I'll take his silence as a no.
He's
okay.
muted.
Okay, he's probably talking to his wife. I have seen it. It's quite delightful. But it's not as good as the original. It's almost on the same level as the original. But it does repeat. I shouldn't say repeat. It tries to do almost the exact same thing the original did to a fault, where there's nothing really that new in it, which is fine. But I think it does take it down a bit because honestly, I love the original. And I was thinking like, man, this is gonna be really, really high up there. But then I was thinking about how much it's just doing what the original did. I'm like, maybe a B. Somewhere between an A and a B. I get the feeling there's going to be a ton of A's, so probably a B makes sense. But it is good. Anyone who hasn't seen it, you should check it out. If you're a Winnie the Pooh fan, it's definitely worth seeing.
I'm a little surprised I haven't, because I know one of my nieces really loved it, and I just never sat down and watched it with her.
I'll say this, because I had this in the Disney December. I pat myself really hard on the back. I said the songs were really good. I said, I want this songwriting team to really go on this thing, because these are great, great songs. And literally the next musical they did was Frozen, which obviously took over the world. So that was one of those, like, pat myself on the back, like, you know, like.
Sorry, I had to leave for just a second. Which film were we talking about?
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, B seems fair.
Okay.
Okay. Great. Android, thank you for the 50. Oh, I just read that. Oh no, I didn't read that. I think it was just someone basically asking the same thing. Android, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, did you hear about the creator of Owl House and a couple of its writers have joined Glitch, who made Murder Drones and Digital Circus, to make a new 2D animated show? The teaser kind of felt like an episode of Love, Death, and Robots. Indie is the future for animation.
Yeah, that without even knowing it was the person who did Owl House, and also not knowing Glitch were the people who did like Digital Circus and everything, I was already excited seeing that teaser. It just leaves so many, questions open, like, what is this? So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, the future of animation definitely seems to be more in the the independent environment. Like Glitch is kind of like taking the helm on that. I know that Lackadaisy likes to collaborate with them.
I was gonna say, yeah, tell me more, Guy in Lackadaisy. But yes, I tend to agree. There is a lot. There's a lot going on there. It's a very exciting time for that. Honestly.
All right, now we're on to Wreck-It Ralph. I'm going to wreck it.
Oh,
I-
that one's tough.
Oh, good.
I mean, like just my personal preference. I honestly think it's S tier. I love that movie to death.
Oh, that's funny. See, that was another one I was gonna go B.
I wouldn't go B. If I split the difference, I would go A.
I was gonna say if it goes to A, I'm not gonna like go crazy or anything, but I do like the idea behind it. It was pretty cool getting all those video game characters together.
It's
It's a good moral too. I mean, we always like these morals of just cope. You know, every once in a while that's a good moral.
It's so not a typical Disney moral. It's just like the moral of that story is sometimes you suck and that's okay. Like, how many times does Disney really do that? It's always like follow your dreams and this and that. It's like he tries to. It's like no, I'm going to be a villain, but I'm going to find a way to make this work. Like it's
like Nightmare Before Christmas that way is similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rob, you're an A or an S?
I'll say A.
Okay, A. Doug, are you staying with the B?
I'll say B.
Okay, Doug's sticking with the B. Walter?
When this first came out, I really, really liked it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it made a big cultural impact because it did have all those video game characters in it, and it created a world I think a lot of people enjoyed being in, which is why the sequel came out and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like a high A. I would give it probably like an A plus, but not quite an S. So A for me.
Okay. Malcolm?
I was landing at about an A too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a culture impact on movies and the video game movie zeitgeist is like unquestionable. So
I
Yeah.
would go with an A as well. I really... Sorry.
I'll register an S because I know you guys are gonna give it an A. But like personally, like yeah, I'm gonna stick to it now. I would say S for me.
Yeah, I mean, I would still say A. I just really, really liked it. But I didn't think it was like perfect or quite like that. Like, oh my god, mind blowing S tier.
Mhm.
But it's really good. It's unexpected in a good way. So we'll put it in A then. We'll put it in A. I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all. I'm really tempted to throw a coup and just put a poll up in chat to be like, move Bolt to B. We can't put freaking
Move Bolt
everything in
altogether.
A here, okay? We can't just say everything.
Thanks,
is an
Malcolm
A.
and Rob.
hey, Bolt is pretty good. You got to rewatch it.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at a list that has Wreck-It Ralph 2, Cars 2, Brave. Trust me, they are not all going to be A.
Oh well, those
If we get
were.
to Pixar,
Yeah,
which
we're
probably will.
probably not getting to Pixar. We're ignoring most of the
Okay.
Pixar.
Oh, boo.
Because we
Oh,
already did a
um,
Pixar list a while ago, so we're going
Well,
to
you know what?
Encanto and then we're
Wish-
organizing.
Wish-
I mean,
is
we're
also
going
up here.
pretty
pretty
quick though.
fast
I
here.
mean,
We are, but
I go to.
all right.
You just really wanted to be, and so do I.
I do. It feels so weird to be like Wreck-It Ralph and Princess and the Frog, totally the same level as Bolt.
Yeah.
No, you can if you put in B, fine, but I do it under protest.
There's a reason why Princess and the Frog isn't quite S tier.
Right,
Yeah,
but
we
that
know
doesn't
that.
have anything
It's
to do
Bolt.
with Bolt. I don't
Bolt's
think
pretty
it's
good.
at the same level of Princess and the Frog.
I'll tell you what.
I think that Malcolm and I are in the Bolt train here.
Worst case scenario, we could just like
We'll do it
hand it over to
after.
chat and just be like, do we do A or B for Bolt? I feel like because that is kind of douchey. We'd just be like, no, let's move it because I don't like it.
Right, no, that's what I was saying. My coup would be to make a poll in chat and then be like, chat agrees with me, so we get to
But
move
they
it.
could turn against us. They could
could
move it up
do.
to X.
Imagine chat moves Bolt to S.
That'd be amazing.
That would be something. That's for sure. That would be something. All right, let's hop into Frozen. Can
Ooh,
you
yeah.
let it go?
Unpopular opinion, because I know this is the popular opinion. I would put it an S. I really, really like this movie. And
Really?
overplayed. I know it's
I would-
overdone. I thought the message was very, very smart. I love that there's two sisters. One's an introvert, one's an extrovert. It shows the danger. It shows the pros and cons of both. I think that's so smart because Disney always chooses one or the other with their message, and they balanced it out so in such a smart way. I thought it was funny. I think it's gorgeous. I think Winter just looks absolutely amazing in there. We all know the friggin' songs. I mean, to a point where they're overplayed. It took over the damn world. And I think that's just a big thing, too. Not since Lion King did a Disney movie, an animated Disney movie, really take over the world like that. And it was a movie I felt kind of deserved it. So I do know some of the problems with it. I think they're very, very minor. But yeah, I know everybody's sick of it, but I still can't lie about what I feel about the movie. I really do greatly like this movie.
Okay, Doug's an S. I wasn't anticipating that. Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, Malcolm,
ahead.
go ahead. No, Malcolm, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm inclined to agree with the S tier ranking, and also Elsa is an Omega threat mutant. We have to agree with that.
The Cold
Like
Phoenix.
insane. Yeah, like she's able to like transmute ice into shapes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm at a really high A on this. I remember first seeing this, and there's just such a huge backlash against it because of Let It Go. Like I remember that more than the movie itself at some points, because people were just so sick of hearing the song and everything. But no,
I don't blame a movie for that, though. That's I'm not gonna be like, well, because I got so sick of it, therefore I can't rank it that. It's just like I get sick of a lot of things, but if it's really good, it's really good. It's like
no,
that's
I agree. I remember
popular
pushing against-
culture did that. The movie didn't.
Right. I remember pushing back against that a little bit because it was people who didn't see the movie, and I was like, it's really actually very good. I do like some of the different takes they did on things. There wasn't like a clear-cut love story like they always do in the Disney films. I do really like the ending with Anna freezing and all that. Like I kind of wish they went all the way with that sometimes. And
I know, right?
Did that.
Yeah, you should write a fan scripture about it.
Yeah, right. So yeah, this also gave me a very very well liked fanscription episode, or a couple of them. So yeah, I'd give it a very high A. I don't think it's quite S tier, but it's another A plus from me.
I'm giving it S tier, but with the caveat that it's like S minus, whereas Tangled to me is S plus. But I think they're both S tier movies. I just think Tangled's better.
I would put Frozen at an A. It's not quite S for me, but I do think it is a good movie. Agreed with what some of you all said with, it's not the movie's fault that Let It Go blew up as much as it did. I'm not going to fault Encanto for Bruno, so I'm not going to fault Frozen for Let It Go,
I can't fault Lion King for Hakuna Matata. I love Lion King. I'm gonna be like, well, Hakuna Matata was everywhere back in the mid-90s. I got sick of listening to it, therefore I can't give it S tier.
Well, I kind of can because it's not a good song. But outside of that, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, but
So yeah, I put it in A, not that it matters because we have 3 S's to 2 A's. So it will move up into that S category. Tangled and Frozen.
Sweet
Indeed. Indeed. I'm going to get to some of these bit messages before I move on to Big Hero 6. Clemmer, thank you for the 46-month subscription. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Hey, guys, have you seen Squid Game Catching Fire? I mean, Squid Games 2?
No, I haven't even seen the first season. I probably should, because that's another thing that just took over the world, and somehow I missed.
I did. Yeah. I didn't. I just, for some reason, I thought it was going to be a closed arc, and I'm just like, oh, it's a cliffhanger. All right. So that kind of annoyed me, but I did enjoy it.
So yeah, I'm on the second to last episode of the second season, and that's annoying that it's a cliffhanger though.
Yeah,
I had a feeling it was.
I won't
building.
spoil what happens, but it's definitely a cliffhanger.
Yeah, because I'm like looking at where things are right now. I'm like, how are they gonna wrap this up in one more episode? And you kind of answered the question, but I like it so far though. I really enjoyed the first season. The second season is going a lot more paced than I thought it would, but we'll see. I'm holding out.
Oops, sorry.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Power Gamer, thank you for the 50 bits. There's two types of people in this world. I was just going to say this. People that love Tangled and think Frozen's and people who love Frozen and think Tangled's And then there's me, the only one who thinks they're both good, but not great. Yeah, I feel like my friends and I who are into Disney or like watch Disney movies have often said like there are two types of girlies, the Tangled girlies or the Frozen girlies, and you can't be both. And
Yeah,
I've always been a Tangled girly.
Well, you know what? You know what I think? Maybe because the generation under us is going to add to that is Moana. I
Yeah.
think that's going to be another one that's thrown. That's like the trio now. I'll give Tangled this. It's the only one that does not have a disappointing sequel.
That's right.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the 50 bits. Bit of a sad, but when Gem and the Holograms came out, John M. Chu initially received backlash and death threats from fans of the show. I am sad, but I'm happy that he was able to turn it around with so many other hits like Wicked and Crazy Rich Asians. Jesus Christ, other.
No, I agree. I love it when that happens. I love it when a director does something a lot of people don't like, and then they turn it around. They persist and they create something that not only does well, but I mean just wins everybody over. I think that's really cool to see. That doesn't make Gem the Holograms a good movie, but we have no idea how
but I'm
much
not
with
sure
him or
that's
the
on the-
producers or anything like that. Yeah.
I think that
or,
was
you know, it could be
bad
too. In which
script.
case, that'd be even more impressive if you turned it around from that. Either way, I think it's really, really cool.
My gut tells me that was like a crappy script, a bunch of studio notes. Like it was just one big marketing gimmick. Like
It felt like it. Yeah.
How much does the director have to do with any of that? He was probably just saddled with just trash.
Clemmer, thank you for the 50 bits. The reason that Snow Day was such a big hit was because the marketing of the film was crazy, even having the cast members guest star on All That and Double Dare 2000.
Well, with juggernauts like those shows, yes, I can see why. I mean, I know those were hits. Yeah, I'm just being mean, but now I know.
At Movies, thank you for the 50 bits. Did anyone check out the indie animation The Art of Murder?
No, I don't even think I heard of that one. I'll try to check it out.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you know that Rich Moore, director of Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia, started off his career directing some of the best Simpsons episodes, including Cape Fear, Marge vs. the Monorail, and Flaming Moe's? What a career!
Yeah, I agree. Those are yeah, honestly, a lot of great commentary and comedy in both of those. So yes, it's very cool.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm with you. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, Rob. I love the different take on him, and even though he's blowing up buildings in the city, you can understand where he's coming from with what he's trying to accomplish.
I mean, to a small degree. I kind of watched. I was like, "This guy's a monster." But okay.
Everyone's been embarrassed in front of their lady.
who
They just don't
doesn't-
kill someone because of it.
Who doesn't want urban renewal? I always laugh because there was a Batman animated series with the same plot, where it's like it was the big their version of Max Shrek Daggett was trying to blow up. It was like Skid Row or Crime Alley or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, it's that same plot. So, yeah.
At Movies, thank you for the 50 bits. Rank these villains by least lame. Hans, Callahan, Bellwether, Magnifico.
Magnifico's Wish, right?
Yeah, Magnifico's
Yeah.
Wish. Yeah.
He's the most lame.
Yeah, probably because he had the most potential. Like half the others, I don't remember. So,
Hans was pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just and the other half I don't remember.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug, I will sick Wilkins on you if you say one more bad thing about Hakuna Matata.
It's a wonderful phrase.
Hey,
It
means it means no worries. Relax. Hakuna, the song sucks. You're not following your own philosophy. See, that's what's so great. I could just bam out it all I want, but you gotta follow the philosophy of the ingenious song.
Have you seen
Perfect.
Mufasa yet?
No, not yet. I know.
always
I'll
wanted
have
a
to.
brother.
I'd like to check that out. I haven't had a chance.
So-
So,
I saw
oh,
Wolfman
okay.
recently.
Yeah,
That's
so
like
did
the
I.
new- Oh, Wolfman?
Yeah, the new Wolfman movie.
Oh,
It
there's a
was-
new Wolfman. That's-
Yeah, it was there.
Yeah. I wish it was better.
Yeah.
It had a really great premise, and then they didn't really.
It's so
exploit that premise.
depressing sounding.
The Wolfman vision, that was one thing that was really, really cool.
The what?
Wolfman vision. That's the one thing that was
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay.
no, yeah, that was a great idea.
All right, we are on to Big Hero 6.
Oh yes. I'd give it a B. I give it a B.
Somewhere between, I know, again, unpopular opinion, somewhere between a B and a C. It's fine. It just does not do much for me at all. I still struggle to remember it.
I like that Disney tried it. Tried something different.
I agree. Yeah. I really thought I would enjoy it more.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it. I wouldn't say C, but for me it is a B.
I put it up at an A. I really like Big Hero 6.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of the stuff with Baymax is very quotable. A lot of my younger cousins and stuff still quote him. And it's funny. It's heartfelt, I think, in a lot of ways too, with the brother. From the beginning of the movie and everything. And I do like the action in it a lot. I know it's based on a Marvel comic, but like very loosely. Yeah, I really like Big Hero 6. I wouldn't say it's an S tier. I wouldn't say it's like a high A, but I think it's a solid A. Also, an unexpected Stan Lee cameo in that movie.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah.
remember that. It just
hit
my heart.
Right, I give it an A.
It has a die-hard fan base. Like, I think when we said it was okay, people were like, how dare you? Like, it has a very die-hard fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you really, really like it, this is our personal opinion. So
Yeah.
it's not if somebody really loves it, I'm not going to sit here and be like,
Yeah, please.
oh
love it,
no,
yeah.
how dare you? It's like there's other movies where I have to be like, really? That's definitely not one of them where I'd be like, really? I'd be like, oh, okay. But like for me, it's just like, yeah, I enjoyed it.
I
But
am
I don't think about it
surprised.
much and go back to it.
I am surprised that a sequel hasn't come out for it yet.
Yeah, it's a
TV
little
show.
surprising. Oh, it's a TV
Yeah.
show.
There's a
that's true,
TV
yeah.
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a TV show.
Mhm.
I didn't know
I
about
think
that.
they
Yeah.
make a big sequel for that
Huh.
as a film.
What about you, Heather?
To nobody's surprise, I am the rabid fan base of Big Hero 6.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But I will not disillusion or illusion myself to say it's an S tier, but I do think it is pretty darn high A tier for me. I love Big Hero 6, but again, are you surprised? There's a giant adorable robot in it, and he helps save his. Oh my god, I love Baymax. I love Baymax with my whole heart.
I am not fast.
I mean, even all of the team of Big Hero 6, I don't know. I would put it at a high A. I enjoy the heart
Definitely.
of Big Hero 6. And to nobody's surprise, again, I also love the one that has the Neo Tokyo Asian anime influence on it. So I
Really cool.
adore Big Hero 6.
I could say it's definitely a movie that I'm not going to fight. You guys could put it up in A or I don't care. It's fine.
I mean, we
Bolt's
have
in there.
three-
Who gives an F? I
we
mean, come on.
have 3 B's and 2
I got
A's, so
that's
it's
it.
gonna
I got
go.
Bolt. I'm good.
It's gonna go in B because we have 3 B's and 2 A's. But this is the one that I will put in B under protest. I don't know what's wrong with you, Rob and Malcolm, that you put
B for
Bolt in
Baymax.
A and Big Hero 6 in B. But this is
I'll give you a pity A. If you want to put it in A, I'll give you a pity A. I can go with A.
I don't want your pity A.
I don't know.
Baymax will heal my heart, okay? I just got his skin in Fortnite, so right after this, I'll just go play Fortnite and be Baymax.
I don't know.
Imagine everyone is Malcolm and Rob.
Maybe it has been a while since I've seen it. I don't know. Maybe if I rewatched it, I would give it an A. But I just remember it kind of came out during that, whole time where hero movies were still really hot and huge.
And they did it
So
well.
They did do it well. I don't know. I probably need to rewatch it, but
Okay.
I'm cool with it being a B.
All right. Chat. Which is Twitch. Heather, we see you. You are valid. I appreciate you. Okay. Zootopia.
Oh man.
Originally I would have said a B, but after watching it again, I would actually say an A. It did get better watching it one more time.
I could go A or B. I mean, I really enjoyed it when it came out.
Yeah.
I would have said A. It's one of those movies though, the more I think about it, it becomes a B, but I'm like, is that fair really? Or I don't know.
That's so funny. It's the opposite with me. It was when I saw it, I thought it was very, very obvious. Like, it was fine, but it was just very, very obvious. And then kind of watching it again and seeing all the, I mean, I got a lot of them, but just sort of the little bits that they sneak in there. I'm like, yeah, you ever see this happen? You ever hear someone talk like this or say this phrase, but they, connected to the animal kingdom? I'm like, that is pretty smart. The big thing for me also was just that the mystery I didn't think was very interesting, but again, I think it was just an allegory, to make the allegory work, and and it did work. So that's why I probably keep it at
I'll
an
say A just because like I actually just really enjoyed that little universe they created. Like it's the kind of movie where it's like, because my niece has watched it a couple times, like where I'm just like, yeah, I just kind of like living in this universe. It's just fun. Um, whatever you want to say about any commentary in that film, one or the other, like aside, like I'm just like, I just enjoy it. So I could say an A.
Okay. Walter?
Yeah, I'd say that there's memorable characters in this movie, memorable world, memorable moments. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "That's a pretty flawless story." It is a very transparent allegory. I think that everyone can agree on that. But
It's very of its time.
right, but it's well executed. It's got really strong vocal performances. I think that sloth thing was from Zootopia, right? That was
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah,
place. So it kind of broke through the cultural glass ceiling a little bit in that way as well. I'd give it an A. I really like Zootopia.
Malcolm?
So I am conflicted because my bias in being an anthropomorphic enjoyer wants to give this movie an A. But
An anthropomorphic enjoyer.
yes.
What is another word for that? Began with an F or something.
Yes.
But no, we gotta go with the long one.
I mean, we've got different labels for different
I,
things.
I would have said anthropomorphic enthusiast.
Enthusiast, enjoyer, enthusiast. But like, yeah, given its context, like what it's trying to address, like its commentary and whatnot, I feel like it overlooked the obvious glaring one that was like right there, with with police, which I feel like it was just kind of like so they turned them in kind of they went the more comedic route, which was the safe
It's
route.
Disneyfied.
It is a
We were
very
talking-
Disneyfied.
We were
version.
talking about this earlier, and I said it's the type of commentary Disney is no really trying to address because, like, it's Disney.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like Princess
You're
and the
not
Frog.
going to get a lot of nuance.
It's like, who was
yeah, the
working
Princess
on,
and the Frog. Yeah, like that was another
Yeah.
one where I was like, I love this very like
sugar cane, you say?
this sugar coated like New Orleans where racism doesn't exist at all. And it makes me think for a second, like,
sugar cane story.
yeah, I'm like, you could have said, particularly Princess and the Frog. I'm like, you didn't have to set that in the 20s. You could have said it in modern times, and it could still work. But like, it's always in the back of your head a little bit, where it's like,
you're like,
that's a very Disneyfied take. on
which
this.
is why I ultimately put Princess and the Frog in the A category. So if Princess and the Frog would have been S, and I decided to put it in A, where Zootopia would have been an A, I'm going to put it in a B.
Whoa, that's a surprise. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I will say, can we? Okay.
Surprising.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, because we said a little bit. I think they tap on it lightly. The fact that she's the newcomer, and all the other cops are like predators and stuff like that. So they literally keep her at a distance. They push her away and stuff. So I think they tap on it. But I know what you're talking about. How they could really go full. I mean, they could go in the heat of the night with it.
And there were rewrites. Like the original premise for Zootopia was going to be pretty dark. Like predators had to wear collars. It was crazy.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's the problem, though. It's like Disney execs would never let them get away with it.
I'm kind of surprised they
Right.
got what we got, honestly, from it.
I will say that's where it's hard, because on the one hand I'm like, oh, it's so Disneyfied, and it's just like, but on the other hand I'm like, I'm surprised if any of that got through, like any of it. I thought Disney would run away from that entirely. So I don't know. It's rough. Hunchback has the same problem where it's like, I complain about the Disneyfication, but at the same time I'm like, I'm amazed any of that got through. So maybe I should give them some props.
I would say Zootopia is an A. So I think it's definitely going in A, since we have 4 A's and 1 B.
That's fine.
With Malcolm.
Because like
Right alongside Bolt.
my furry side is okay with this.
Anthropomorphic enthusiast, please.
Yes, anthropomorphic.
Nobody uses that word anymore, Malcolm. Sheesh.
Enjoyer.
It's not PC anymore.
All right, we are at Moana.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
That's rough.
originally I was thinking B, but again, I think about how much.
No, definitely A for me.
I think about how much impact it's had on everything. What it hit. I mean, I do listen to those songs a lot. I've watched this movie a lot because my wife likes it, but she loves Hawaii. She loves beaches and islands and stuff like that. So I have watched it a great deal. And a part of me thinks I would put it in the S tier if like just a few things were tweaked up a little bit. There's just some tropes in there I don't get into as much. That the character Moana I don't get super into. And I thought some of the comedy could be better. But at the same time, a lot of those songs, a lot of that imagery, I still remember that imagery of her touching the lava monster there, that just being like so impactful. And again, combining it with the music and the beautiful landscapes and everything. So yeah, I'd say A.
I think I'm down at a B for Moana. I like the movie, and I think this is kind of the Frozen of even younger folks. Even though this only came out like the year after Frozen, I think. But I mean, with Moana 2 out now, it's made over $1 billion worldwide. I mean, that's a huge hit all over the world, not just in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of like the animation I remember, like the interactions with the water. I remember the lava monster. I remember the songs. The Rock being such a big part of it was cool. I think it's weird that they're making it a live action thing now.
Yeah,
Right.
it's because The Rock wants to.
Hey, The Rock just could do anything he wants, I guess.
Exactly.
He just pop up on WWE TV and totally ruin storylines, or he could just show up in a movie. He just does whatever he wants. He's the final boss. I would, I'd put this at a B, but it's a strong B. I do like Moana.
Okay, Malcolm.
And Moana, I like the A tier is gonna get stacked, but that's where Moana would definitely fall for me.
Okay.
It's like right in A.
Okay.
Memorable songs, etc., etc.
And Rob, you said you're an A as well. You may have stepped away. Okay.
I believe he said A. Yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. I would also put Moana in an A. I really enjoyed Moana. Not quite to the extent that I enjoyed like Frozen and Tangled. But it was like some of my nieces' like first Disney obsession, and I couldn't completely see why. They loved all the characters and like they enjoyed the humor of the Rock's character and Hey and Pua, the pig and the chicken. You know, you get those cute little Disney sidekicks thrown in there too. Yeah, the music's good. It's beautiful, I think, is part of what it has going for it. It is
Definitely
gorgeous, gorgeous.
Plus, it's Pacific Islander culture, which outside of Lilo and Stitch, I don't think we see much of.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
True.
All
Yeah,
right.
my niece is about 3.5. She like this is her Disney movie. She loves Moana. So
So
I mean,
awesome.
yeah, it seems like the younger generation is going to grow up with this as their favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Before we get to some of the sequels down here, I'm gonna take a look
What is
at
that?
some. That's Ralph Breaks the Internet is the next one.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's get to some of the bit messages and then we'll talk about Ralph Breaks the Internet. Climmer, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, what are your thoughts on the Batman episode? I've got Batman in my basement.
I don't remember hating it as much as everyone else did. I remember just for what it was. I'm like, it's all right. But I will admit, I haven't seen it since it came out. So I could
was
watch it
better
again
than
and be like,
Umbrella
It's
Sword.
better than
Food
I've got
Network,
Batman
whatever.
in my pants.
yeah, the lost episode of that.
At movies, thank you for the 50 bits. Is anyone looking forward to Pixar's Elio this year?
Yeah. No, I think that's a fun idea. The visuals I've seen so far are pretty cool. It's a cool idea. I'm surprised they haven't really done aliens yet. So I think it makes sense.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. How would you rank these adorable robot films? Iron Giant, Wall-E, Big Hero 6, Wild
Man.
Robot. Why would you make me choose?
That's tough. Where's this?
Okay,
list?
I didn't see Wild Robot, so Iron
That's really
Giant.
good, Rob. You should check it out.
It's very good.
I
It is
should.
very good.
Assuming it's very good, I will say Iron Giant, Wild Robot, Big Hero 6, Wall-E. I'm actually a big Wall-E guy. Like, I thought that movie was insane.
Get out! No.
I'd probably say it's really close
The
between
first-
Iron Giant and Wild Robot.
Really?
I
I really
think-
gotta see this movie.
I think I'll say Iron Giant, Wild Robot, Wall-E, then Big Hero 6.
It pains me to agree because I love Wall-E so much, but I would probably do Iron Giant, Wild Robot, Wall-E, Big Hero 6. But oh god, I love all of those because
You would really like Wild Robot. Literally, the first 2 minutes, I think, has a bird getting his head chopped off. Like, it has bite to it. It has a really
Right.
good edge to
Wild
it.
Robots,
I like
yeah,
that
that
movie.
definitely has an edge. I don't know how
I
it
will
ranks
say
those.
this about Wall-E. Had it gone the direction the first half of that film had, it could be right next to Iron Giant. It's the way that movie just takes a U-turn in the middle of it, animation style-wise and everything. It's like the first half of that movie I actually really love. Love it to death. And then I did not like the second half of that movie.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the
Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for the 50 bits. If John M. Chu was ever chosen to direct a Disney remake for one of their movies on this list, which one would you guys have him choose? I chose him because of his success with Wicked.
I'd have to look at all the things there. Yeah, go down again. I see. Maybe either Frozen or Encanto. He could do something
That's
interesting
a
with
live
action.
action remake?
Yeah, I mean, if you got to do one on this list, might be interesting.
I think, yeah, Encanto would be the one that sticks out to me because I could see that much more live action. Actually, can you scroll down one more time,
Mhm.
Heather? See the bottom of that list.
Yeah, the Pixar ones are ignored.
God, looking at this, I think
Just pick one. We're taking way too long.
yeah, the Mexican ones. Why am I blanking? The Day of the Dead one.
Coco.
Coco.
Coco. Thank you. Yeah, and Luca, which I realize is Italian, but I feel like those stick out to me. Like I would give him those.
I would be interested to see what he would do with Princess and the Frog. I think he could breathe a whole bunch of interesting life into that.
If they make it so they don't turn into frogs, I would agree. But as soon as they turn into frogs, it just does not become interesting.
My problem is that would be the ultimate insult. The one that tried to bring back 2D animation, it doesn't. Everything goes CGI, and then you just make a live action. I mean, you know what? Don't. Just leave it as is.
At Movies, thank you for the 50 bits. With the success of Once Upon a Studio, do you think Disney will return to proper hand-drawn animation in the future? No, it's too expensive. It takes too long and it's too expensive.
It would have to be way in the future, where, like she
Also,
said, it becomes cheaper.
Don't you also need to really rebuild your 2D animation department too? Like they closed up shop.
But again, I mean, they're still doing like TV shows and stuff, and shorts. But that's why.
No, but I mean, you got to pull those
at...
people off of that, and then.
Well,
you would really need to get a whole bunch of 2D animators.
Yeah, but that's why I think like we're talking about independent animation. I mean, or web anime, I should say, has a big emphasis on hand drawn. So maybe if that popularity keeps going, Disney could be like, well, we have no choice. We have to go back to this. Here's open.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. Zootopia is a hard S for me. My only problem would be the depiction of the predators, because it's a movie about racism and one side are called predators because of the type of animal they are. A little problematic, if you ask me.
If you take it very literally, which again, I guess a lot of things in the movie are taken
Predator
literally.
I was thinking Predator in the section.
I'm not gonna lie, every time I've said it in this, I'm like, it does feel weird saying that word.
Yeah.
So maybe
He's a predator. Sexual harassment.
And you could be talking about the Nashville Predators, the NHL team. I say that all the time.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the 50 bits. I don't know why, but I'm having a scenario in my head. Jon Favreau directs a potential live-action remake for Zootopia, similar to what he did for Lion King. That's not live action. That's just CG animated.
That's true. And they all have no expressions whatsoever.
Oh God. I just tried to imagine it. I'm just like, ick. But and Zootopia, it's shot in like real life New York City or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's ew. Ick.
Imagining a very realistic looking bunny with like a Judy Hopps uniform shoved onto it. Like,
Yeah, the bunny should be on all fours, like just hopping around like a real rabbit.
a regular looking fox with a tropical shirt on. Like,
It looks photorealistic. It's brilliant.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. Actually, I'll save yours because it's about Ralph Breaks the Internet. So let's do Ralph Breaks the Internet here. Where are we gonna put
D.
Ralph Breaks the Internet?
Straight up D for me. I did
Wait,
not like
D-
that movie.
Wait,
So
B as in
for
bully or D
disappointed.
as in dumb?
No. D as in disappointed.
Oh, wow.
Disappointed!
I was wondering, I was like, do we just go right into it and say D because we haven't had D for any of the others and stuff like that? I feel like if there's one to do it, that's
This
the
would be
one.
the one. Yeah.
It's
There
got
are a couple funny scenes. Like I did like talking to the Disney princesses.
Yeah,
like,
and that was
were
all
you
in the-
abducted? Were you? And then she's like, "Do you guys need like help? Like, should I call somebody?"
No, I
That
was
was the
gonna
only
say,
scene I enjoyed.
and that was all in the advertisements. Everybody thought that was going to be like the least funny stuff. It turns out it was the most funny stuff. Was the scene with the
It
princesses.
literally it got the social media aspect right, and that everything was
Yeah.
a giant fucking ad. If I saw another property they wanted to shove down my gullet, like I'm like, I hate this movie, everything about it. D. It'd be F if we had one.
Wow. See, if we had a D and an F, I would put it in D because, like I said, there's one or two little things I like it, but it's not much. I was really shocked. I was one of the few critics at the time that was giving it a bad review. A lot of critics were liking it, which was really surprising to me. But
I do not get that. I think
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
but
like
now
now
it's
we're
gotten-
wiser.
yeah, man, maybe it's got the proper back because I remember a lot of people saying, yeah, I thought this was bad. I thought this was not good. Blah blah blah. So yeah, I put it in D. I don't think that's the route people wanted to see Wreck-It Ralph go. Disney can't really go after the internet because it is Disney and it's got
It is the internet.
friendly.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm saying it can't really go after it. It can't do
Yeah.
that much good comedy with it. And then when you actually get, the websites in there like Twitter and eBay and stuff like that, you can't make fun of them. Even though there's a lot to make fun of, you can't even playfully make fun of them. And like I said, it kind of goes against the message of the first one or the idea of the first one. So yeah, there's really, aside from the Disney princess scene, which has almost nothing to do with the main characters at all, I don't see much value in it.
I think the biggest thing is that it was just a little boring because while they had a lot of great ideas in addressing the internet and even had a really cool new mission for Penelope and Ralph to pursue, and it's like just fixing her game, yeah, it seemed like they were trying to play it safe because they would make references to YouTube. They had I think they call it like BuzzTube.
No, I think they just said
yeah.
YouTube. Or
Did they
maybe
call-
you're right. Oh, I can't
I
remember
don't
now.
think they said YouTube. Yeah, I remember he's like reading the comments and they're
You
all
could
like
be
bad
right,
comments.
No.
It
But the
wasn't
properties that were there is like Marvel, Star Wars, all that. Boy, they were able to put that in there.
Yeah, yeah. It seemed like they were kind of missing the point of their own film. I'd give it a C. I still like the new ideas that were there. It did seem like they were trying to like strafe a line and also advertise to us.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
they were.
It does
they
make
were
me
pushing that.
appreciate Zootopia and stuff a little more because I'm just like, boy, it could have been that.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about how like, well, it's all Disneyfied and this. And I guess Wreck-It Ralph 2 is like the poster boy for like, well, it could have been that also. So maybe I should be a little more grateful.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a disappointing sequel. I think we all can agree on that, no matter what you think of the movie.
Mhm.
It is interesting. I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes. It's got an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought people were gonna chew me up when I reviewed it. Like, sorry guys, I really don't
Right.
like this movie. Most of the fans were like, I agree.
Well, yeah, the audience
I'd be
score is
very
4%. So I mean, that's a big disparity there.
Okay, keep this in mind
hmm.
about Rotten Tomatoes, because like I see people quote Rotten Tomatoes. It's got an 88%. This is why, like, I read if it's a movie that I'm on the fence about. I read voraciously what those quotes say because they will give me an indication, like, oh, was this it's just right enough. Or is it like, oh, this is a really good movie? And a lot of times when sometimes you'll see things at 88% and you read the reviews, a lot of them are just a lukewarm sort of like, I guess it's good enough.
Right.
Which to me is like, well, it's just 88% because that's technically fresh. But it's definitely not a hard fresh. It's more like
Yeah, it's more positive than negative, but like 51 to 49 for most critics. I think I still like this more than most of you guys. I would give it like a B minus. There's a lot of things that were very obviously over advertising, and it went down a route that I don't think anyone really wanted to see it go. But there were still some memorable parts about it. And I still like the world of Wreck-It Ralph. And I enjoyed it when I was watching it, except for I wasn't like big on the ending, but yeah, it's all right. It's nothing great, but I don't think it's like a D level movie. I'd give it a B minus. So
I think I'm somewhere between Malcolm and Walter in that it's probably a C for me. I don't think it was like a D, burn it to the ground kind of a thing. There were some fun and interesting ideas, they were trying new things. It is because I did recently watch it like a year ago with my nephew. It is crazy how much it has dated itself already. Like you can
Really?
pin it.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
can pin it for a 2010s movie, like because the references, like the problem with making a movie about the internet is the internet moves at such a fast pace that even if a meme came out in 2017, looking back at it in 2023, you're like, oh, that feels like 7,000 years ago that meme was relevant, like
Yeah.
it really does peg itself squarely as a movie of its time, which is weird to say considering we're still looking at the mid 2010s, which doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was 10 years ago, friends. Welcome to mortality. I know, right? So I don't know. I would still put it in a C. So then we have 2 Ds, 2 Cs, and a B. Chat. That means it's your time to shine. I'm gonna
D.
put up
Burn
a
it to the
poll.
ground. If it ends up in C, I will sneak in late at night and burn it to the ground myself.
I get a feeling it's going to be D. I've heard a lot of people really hate this
we have
movie.
two Ds, 2 Cs, and a B.
Yeah, I thought you said B. Did you not?
Yeah, then it's a C, right? I mean, if we're averaging things.
Yeah, if we're averaging. I just wanted to get chat involved.
But we want to see
chat involved.
We want to see chat go boo.
I just wanted to get chat involved.
Okay,
But we can
then have him move Bolt down then. If you're gonna move that rule, then go ahead. Have him move Bolt down to a D.
Sure. If you want to cheat,
Bolt, and I know it's
that's
not
the only
amazing,
way to move both, by all means.
We've lost control, so I'm adding B as an option for Ralph Breaks the Internet. Go, chat! You have 2 minutes, vote. Anyway, while that's happening, no, chat, stop.
Oh, what's chat doing?
Are they doing B?
That's B or D.
What?
D's winning. D's winning.
Ooh.
You know, it's the Wreck-It Ralph 2, not Bolt, right?
I think the C is what's killing B,
Yeah,
and vice versa.
you did it, Heather. You did this. I know.
Wait, why?
I've made this choice.
Okay, so if we didn't put B up there, I feel like C would win.
No, this all came out. You're going to see how we feel seeing Bolt in A. Okay, you're going to see how we feel.
This is literally how we get the presidents we get.
Vote
Vote splitting and last minute decisions and replacing candidates.
All right, there's still 1 more minute left on the poll, but I'm going to read some of these messages here. Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. This is probably a minor hot take. I think Ralph Breaks the Internet is C.
Oh, might not be.
just think it does have some charm to
As
it. The
in
scene with all the
see it, Heather.
princesses is awesome to see, even though Ralph and Vanellope's friendship is nowhere near as strong in that film. Them saying goodbye to each other is one of the most heartbreaking scenes in Disney history.
I don't even remember it.
I don't either.
Yeah, come
I
on.
remember
y'all
they,
really-
they split, but yeah.
Oh man, that movie went in one ear and out the other for me.
JL, thank you for the 50 bits. I want a car. Chicks dig the car.
This is why
I'll get drive through.
Disney revival era works alone. What?
JL, thank you for the 50 bits. Hey, Doug, back credit card.
Ah! They're all gonna be Batman related, I guess.
Kirok, thank you for the 666 bits. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
I think Channel Awesome at some point should review Look Who's Talking. How are you guys? Walter, your Twilight Zone is amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
And I don't think anyone would tune in to Look Who's Talking.
Now look who's talking
Hey,
now when they brought in
alright.
the animals.
Look Who's Talking now. Wreck-It Ralph is a
Yeah.
D.
All right.
That's where you
Wow.
belong. Bye,
I didn't,
Felicia.
think, I didn't think B and C were gonna
That's-
both be a
that's a
category.
Absurd.
I'm sorry,
goodness.
I fostered an atmosphere of chaos.
Well, you know, everything's made up and the points don't matter. So.
Yes. On this little tier list on the internet, yes. Movie Mike, thank you for the 50 bits. Heather and Rob, since you really like Tangled, I highly recommend you watch the TV series. I know I need to.
It is
I
right.
have
Heather,
been meaning to get around to that for forever. One of
Yeah.
these days, I'm gonna just pick a few nights and just do it.
I'm gonna
Rob-
adore it.
yeah, Rob, you'll like the show. Heather, you will love it. Not just because of the writing and everything, but the songs and the singers are really damn good.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 100 bits. The Disney Revival era sequels, where we disregard the message the characters learned in the previous film.
I agree.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of which,
Movie Mike, thank you for the 50 bits. Doug and Spectacular Spider-Man, which of the three main villains do you like the best? Green Goblin, Tombstone, or Venom?
probably Venom. I like the way they handled him. They did that in a very interesting way.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you guys watched Invincible and looking forward to season 3? Absolutely, Invincible's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same here.
And I saw the first season. I haven't seen the second one, but I really like the first season.
All right, let's talk about Frozen 2.
So if
I don't know.
if Elsa wasn't in the movie, I'd easily give it a D. I really didn't like anything that didn't have anything to do with the character in that
I'm like
movie.
alternate. Like if I'm being forgiving, a B, but like my gut tells me C.
Yeah, I'd say C. The songs are good.
I hated. I didn't mind Olaf in the first movie at all. I
No,
thought, oh, it's
he's-
fine. Olaf in the
Oh, man.
second one, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, kill this thing.
the,
Where's
the,
a-
side,
Where's a torch when you need it?
the side characters feel so shoehorned in. A lot of their songs aren't that interesting and feel desperate, which sometimes can be so funny how desperate it is. Like I forget the guy's name, not Hans. What's his name? I can't remember. But
No idea.
the boyfriend in it. Yeah, boy, isn't that weird? Like one of the biggest movies of all time. I can't remember.
Oh, Kristoff.
Like Kristoff, that was it. His '80s rock ballad was so.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
Yeah, it
just
was
saying
lame. It was
that-
lame.
it was so lame. It almost came around to being funny again, but not quite. The message is a complete stab in the back of what it's trying to do, and so awful. But again, the Elsa stuff was good. I actually did like
Yeah.
most of the stuff with Elsa. So
Yeah.
and that includes the songs and the animation, the visuals, the ideas. So because of that, I'll put it in a C. But man, it's like a close D for me.
I'll stick with C.
So what stood out for me, I don't know if this happened to you all, but at the front of my viewing of Frozen 2, there was like a Frozen TV special that they kind of just snuck in
That was
on
in
my...
front of Coco, I think.
Was it in front of Coco?
Yeah,
That was
are you
in
thinking
front,
of
yeah, that
Coco?
was in front of Coco. Which
Mhm.
that would have been fine, but it was like
Okay.
20 minutes. I'm like,
It
oh
was
my
really
god, how
long.
long
It
is
was
this
half
thing?
hour preview you got to sit through, and then 20 minutes of a Frozen short.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, if it was like a 5 to 8 minute kind of thing, like a normal cartoon, but at 20 minutes, I'm like, Jesus Christ, will this
Yeah.
not stop?
Okay, so then I misremembered it. There was something at the front of Frozen 2. I forget what though.
There might have been a short. but
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Well, yeah, I'd give Frozen 2 a C. Yes. I don't know why that came to mind though. The short, it really made me dislike Olaf even more. That short.
Yeah, no, because it was so unpopular they took it off
Yeah.
Coco because people thought they got the wrong movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
people
thought I
were
had the
leaving
wrong
theater and
movie.
stuff. Yep, I remember that. Coco's so good. Didn't need that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Frozen 2 for me, I mean, I remember seeing it and really liking the stuff with Elsa that we talked about. I love Into the Unknown. I think it's better
Mhm.
than Let It Go. I think it's a
It's
great
really good.
song. I think it's a great idea too that really drives Elsa, um, and her, reaching that cave and everything is just like such great visuals when she's going into the water and the water horse and all that stuff. It's so cool, and I really like what they tried to do with some of the different elements and stuff. It just didn't come together because we have to waste time with Anna and Kristoff and Olaf and all that. That really kind of just derailed what could have been very interesting. But when I think back to it, I don't think of the negative things. I think of more the positive stuff. And I think that's got to put it for me in the B tier,
Oh,
um,
okay.
like a B minus still. But that's where I'd put it. When I look back on it, maybe if you asked me right after I saw it, I'd put it in a C. But the more I think about it, I just remember the good stuff, and the bad stuff kind of falls away. So that's got to count for something.
That's fair.
I am on the cusp between a B and a C because I think Return 19 Year put this in chat, so I don't want to just say this like it's my idea because I agree with it. Frozen 2 has higher highs, but also
Yeah.
lower lows than the
I
first
agree with
film.
that.
Which,
agree with that.
so then, like Walter is saying, the highs you remember. Like, Elsa's storyline, like you were saying, Doug, you remember because it was
Mhm.
really good and interesting. But yeah, then you get the stuff with Olaf and Anna in there, and it just like comes to a screeching halt, and everything that was good feels like, oh my God, and here we are now with this monstrosity, doing this. I don't know.
Just think about the ending. They're like, let's sacrifice it. Let's really make amends for this. And then, last minute, you don't have to. That when the whole purpose of the movie
Hated
was
that
that.
so much.
I mean, that's like the last moment. I mean, that's not just, oh, that's bad. That is insulting. And
Yeah.
that was definitely the bit for me that I'm just like, no, I don't think I like this movie.
Mhm. All right. I think no matter what I say, it's going into C anyway, because we have 3 of USCs. So we'll just plop it
I
in
guess that's
C.
true.
Yeah, right. 'cause we
Oh,
have
good.
3
Oh, I
of
didn't
them
mean
too.
to make that argument. Never mind.
All right. We are on to the second to last, Raya.
It's so funny. I kept looking at
still
that
haven't
poster
seen
and I'm
it.
like, what is this? And I realized something. I'm like, I saw this movie and literally do not remember a single thing about it. I remember,
Really?
Really?
yeah.
That is so funny.
Not even
I feel like it'd have a
Aquafina?
lot of I feel like it'd have a lot of stuff that like you would connect to in there. That's so funny.
I
that you
know
don't
because I
remember that.
really like Chinese culture and like Eastern Asian cultures in general. I don't know why there's like this mental block, but I'm like, I know I saw this and I do have some images in my head, but I'm like, I remember thinking in my head, I'm like, this is all right. And that was it. That was all I remember thinking was this is all right and went in one ear and out the other. So I don't know, like, I guess maybe based on that a B, but I'm like, I know I saw it, but yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I'm somewhere in between an A and a B. It's another one where the stuff that works, man, like you said, just really, really works. And
I don't remember hating it, but I don't remember really loving it either.
Actually, the more I think, because now I'm thinking about like the ending and how there's a character that gets killed off, and I remember feeling really empty at that point, and yeah, I think that would push it to a B for me. It's one of those where I really liked a lot of stuff that it was succeeding at, and man, I could see this being like really great, but yeah, there's just it needed a lot more tweaking in order for me to really be invested. And because I would look at these visuals and these setups and this world, this amazing world that's all based on like the shape of a dragon and everything. Oh my God, I want to know more about it. But then when it got to the big climax, I'm like, yeah, I don't care that much. So I think it would probably be a B.
Yeah, I think Aquafina as the dragon, right? Kind of
Mm.
what's a polarizing choice
Yeah.
at that point.
She's usually a polarizing trait, which is a shame. I actually think she can be very funny.
Yeah, there's I can't remember what movie that came out a few years ago that was more of a drama, that she was great in. I can't remember what it was called
I
though.
know what you're talking about. Was it the one about? Now we're getting off topic, but I think I know the one you're talking about.
Right, but she is very talented. I think she can do drama and comedy very well, but, like, you have to know how to use her, and you
Mm.
can't let her ad lib too much. Or you have, like, when she was, what was she in Beauty and the Beast, or what was that? No, Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And no one liked her in that. Um, and then I think Kelly Marie Tran was Raya, or voiced
can't
Raya
remember.
in this,
I
I
think so.
I think that was
I don't
what
remember.
happened. But yeah, I do remember the visuals in this. I think there's a big ending fight that I thought visually was pretty stunning. And I like the world that they build up there. It's not as memorable as most of the other movies for me, though. Even saying that, I do remember mostly good things, so I'd probably give it a B.
Okay, so we've got a B, a B. Rob, what did you say? C? B?
I said B.
B? Okay. I think it's pretty solidly in B. I was honestly a little surprised it didn't catch on more than it did. Because
Right.
I thought after walking out, like I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it would kind of catch on more like Mulan did for my generation. But
I mean,
yeah.
part of it was during the pandemic too, though, so a lot of
Yeah.
people don't have memories of seeing it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Also, there were no songs. That was a big thing.
Well, I will
Which,
say, so
which
part
I
of-
get, but that might be part of why kids don't watch it over and over, and because they're not listening to the songs in the cars or whatever.
I will say part of my problem too is I'm positive I saw it here at home on TV. And there is a problem of like, if I watch something on a big screen, you have my undivided attention to the point that if I have other people just being obnoxious around me, I'm like, shut the fuck up. But
Mhm.
when I'm at home, if you're not catching my interest, it's like, straight to my phone. And I'm like, I don't know if it just did something where I was just like, yeah, I like this, but just kept looking at my phone or something occasionally. Like it just somehow didn't grab me. And I'm wondering if it's because we have Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I watch a lot of anime, because of this, I've just seen so much kind of like this, where even though I didn't hate it, I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Like it just didn't grab me because I'm like, well, I've just seen so much of this and other ones that are, S tier level. So I don't know. It's really weird, but maybe that's why it didn't catch on as well. Where it's just like, well, we're kind of inundated with a lot of this stuff, sort of.
And Malcolm, did you see it?
Uh, I have not seen this film, but I do hear a lot of good things about it. I have nieces and nephews who are part Thai, and they really speak highly of this movie. So I still gotta, check it out. That's the only frame of reference I have for this movie is that my nieces and nephews really enjoyed it.
So he says S. No.
Yeah, that's immediately. I still gotta see it. Yeah.
All right, now we're coming to the last one because again, chat, we're ignoring the Pixar ones. We already did a Pixar tier list.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Go
we already
watch
did a
it there.
Pixar tier list. All right, last one, Encanto.
I
really like that. Movie.
I say
A
S.
minimum.
yeah, I say S tier.
I was gonna say A minimum. Like let me think about it here, but like definitely A. That's as low as I'll go.
I think obviously everybody knows the songs. Visually, it's amazing. It's such a melting pot of ideas that bizarrely really go together, and they go together in a story where this family has superpowers, and they don't fight crime. They just help people. And that was surprisingly very refreshing and very interesting. And it's just focusing on something as little as, well, somebody did not get their power. What impact would that have with the rest of the family and her connection to them and stuff? Like, all that is
It's just a
fascinating.
sweet character too. I just really
Yeah.
liked her.
It was very funny as well.
The songs were very good. Even the one we don't talk about. I'll probably say S tier. Because the other thing is, when I really think about it, I'm like, this is what Wish should have been.
Mhm.
It's a better movie than Wish, and I feel like it kind of skirts around some of the ideas. So I'll say S tier.
Yeah, I think there's really something, like I said, I know I harp on it a lot, but the fact that they have these abilities and it's not about saving the world. That's just such a what a choice that is when you really think about it. For animation, you can do anything you
In the
want.
Disney
All these
Marvel
people,
era.
yeah, Disney Marvel era, and you have these characters that have all these superpowers. One has super strength, one can shapeshift, and they just help people. And it's a family drama. That is just such a choice, and I'm really impressed it worked as well as it did. I love that everybody really got into
It
it.
has the advantage too of things like Coco and some of the other ones where like this South American, Mexican, Latin American, Caribbean, all of those cultures have such a fantastic color palette for animation. So that you're talking about a story where it's like, oh, it's about superheroes and they don't save anyone, but it's really interesting to look at. Like they make up for it in other ways, where if it's not going to be as epic in its plot in some ways. Yeah, no, I really did like that movie.
Yeah, I do like the tightness of its storytelling. It focuses more on the family and their dynamics rather than like this epic, like trying to save the world. That's what I really enjoyed about it too, Doug. Um, yeah, and the music was great. The colors were fantastic. It was a very vibrant movie, like Rob said. And yeah, like it tackled a lot of different things too, like, just reaching outside of your comfort zone, you know, expressing yourself as, with your abilities. Like, I don't know, it is an S tier for me too.
How many S tiers we got?
We
I
have
think
three
it's
already,
three.
but Walter, I would
Yeah.
still like to hear your
Easy.
opinion.
Uh, I don't think it's an S tier from what I remember. A little surprised everyone's giving this an S tier. I remember liking the movie a lot. But this doesn't stick in my brain as much as the other films for some reason. I remember being, how I said earlier, I wasn't annoyed by Let It Go, but I was annoyed by We Don't Talk About Bruno because that was like
Wow.
I was able
non-stop.
to ignore that song. I don't know. I just
It
kind of
it
like.
it did affect the enjoyment of the movie for me a little bit
Hmm.
after a while. I mean, my God. Um, also, it also kind of made me mad because I thought Surface Pressure was such a way better song.
That is a really
Love
good
Surface
song.
Pressure.
And I
Yeah.
really like that character too.
Louisa.
But you can't blame the movie for that though. Like
Yeah, but I don't think the song's that good. I don't think We Don't Talk About Bruno is very interesting. It's repetitive
Really?
and irritating. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's definitely not an S for me, but I think I'm gonna give it a B. Sorry, guys.
Oh, wow,
Wow,
okay.
that's interesting.
It's good. It's very good. If I rewatched it, I might like it more, but from what I remember, not a lot of it's stuck with me outside of just a few characters and moments. So I'd have to give it a B.
Mm.
I am solidly in the S category as well. I loved Encanto.
So we got to put a vote, and then it'll be a C.
There's 4 S's and 1 B, Walter.
Math. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the music in Encanto is incredible. Like of all the I have many, many, many nieces and nephews, and of all the times that we have had Disney soundtracks on repeat, I would listen to Encanto on my own, despite whether or not the children were with me. I would just put Encanto on in the car. There's like not a skip on that album. It's just fantastic music. I really do love the focus on the family and that it would have been really easy for each of the siblings to not have any kind of personality or also arc that they all go on. Like it's not just Mirabelle. It's not just about Mirabelle. We see Isabella and her transition and her change. We see Luisa and how she deals with her pressure and and her growth with that. Like we learn a lot about Bruno and even like some of the older characters too. Like it's just I love how much of the emphasis truly is on family. And every member of that family, whether you remember their name or not, has some kind of characteristic and growth arc that they go on. Even the house is a character in and of itself too.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I love Encanto. So we'll put it up in S. Sorry, Walter.
Oh,
He is pissed.
I'm very angry about a good movie getting an F.
fuming.
A movie I enjoy being appreciated. Very
All right, so that's all the movies, and we still have like 20 minutes, 25. My computer, for some reason, the time is off by like
That's right,
3 or
it is a
4
weird
minutes,
thing.
and it drives
Yeah.
me nuts. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go through these bit messages because I see some have accumulated here, and then we're gonna go through and actually put these how we think they should be in order, like best to least best of like the S's, the A's, the B's.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Not a bad
fine.
idea.
Because we did already do a Pixar. At first I was like, we could do Pixar. Like, we already did a Pixar tier list.
No, I
did
like that
that.
better. C and D will be very tricky, but yeah, I think we can do that.
Yeah. All right. Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. Real quick, Doug, look up Anakin versus Obi-Wan, but it's a musical on YouTube and just listen to it when you can. It's awesome.
All right, I'll put that in a little search here so I don't forget.
Android, thank you for the 50 bits. How about you guys make a tier list for foreign 2D animated films, not anime, or from Japan, I should say. Films like The Glass Blower, Persepolis, everything from Cartoon Saloon, Secret of Kells, Breadwinner, etc. The Rabbi's Cat, The Triplets of Bellevue, and so on. There's so many for a good tier list. My only concern about that is that's a big list. Every
That's a
foreign
wide net.
2D animated,
Yeah.
like, I just need...
Every
Sometimes,
We would have to pick a handful, and then people would be like, well, where was this one? It's like, well, we
Mhm.
only got so much time.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I get what you're saying, knocking out, whatever, America and Japan, but that's still a lot.
yeah.
I mean, we could do like what the average American has seen, in which case it's a much shorter list.
Yeah. Like
Joel-
a smaller category.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Which John M. Chu musical did you prefer, In the Heights or Wicked? Wicked.
I didn't see In the Heights.
In terms of the songs, I'd probably say Wicked, but in terms of the movie, I think I'd say In the Heights, actually. I like that a little bit
agree.
more.
Actually, I agree with Doug.
Have you seen, just out of curiosity though, have you seen In the Heights as a musical?
No.
Okay.
But
Not
it's
that
funny.
I think that affects anything, but it's like that was your first exposure to it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Was
I
the
didn't
movie
see it.
first and only?
It's funny.
Whereas Wicked, I did see on stage first, so years ago.
So I will say, without going to spoilers, when I got to the ending of In the Heights, I said, "Oh, I know what they did as a stage show."
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. I don't care what anyone says. Every song in Frozen 2 kicks every song in Frozen 1's patootie. That's right. Show yourself. Into the Unknown, Lost in the Woods, and Some Things Never Change are better than Let It Go.
The Olaf song
Lost in the Woods
too?
is-
I don't know, man. Yeah,
Lost
I
in the
don't
Woods is
know.
pretty lame. man.
The '80s ballad? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I will say, Show Yourself is very underrated. Into the
Yeah.
Unknown sort of swept it away, but I'm like, that's still a really, really good song.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the 50 bits. And reading ahead, I don't think what you said is a spoiler. Similarly to Elsa in Frozen 2, the stuff that was done with Mufasa in his movie was actually done really well and saves it from being too bad.
Yeah, everyone said it's either okay, lean towards meh, not good, or okay, lean towards that was decent. So I'll either do it for the NC or for Disney December. I'll do one of them.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 50 bits. You can tell Frozen 2 was supposed to be just an Elsa story, but the studio didn't think people would show up if the other characters didn't show.
Could be, but they had to know going in, we have to do Frozen 2. Like, they've been building up forever. I mean, I'm sure Disney's been building up forever. I think they just really liked clearly that was the main focus. They didn't even know who was calling her until, like, I don't know, the last some months or something like that. So that's where they put the most focus, and everything else was like an afterthought kind of thing. So I don't know if that was always the idea, but yeah, it was clearly what they enjoyed the most.
Honest reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm going to reword this just a little bit because I don't know. I hesitate about giving full spoilers about Raya just in case people haven't seen it and do want to see it. Fun fact about the ending of Raya, the characters and writers were up in arms if they should keep certain characters dead or bring them back. Ultimately, they chose one choice because it's traditional Disney.
Even if they went the other route,
Hey,
I don't
you
think
want to know?
I
You
don't
want
think
to
that
know
would
what?
have worked.
You want to know what traditional Disney is also? Old Yeller.
No, but Old Yeller, if they did that in Raya, I still don't think that would have worked. Personally.
JL, thank you for the 50 bits. Will you buy the Batman 4K versions of the films? The picture quality blows the Blu-rays out of the water.
I have the Blu-ray. I'm fine with Blu-ray. I get why people get 4K, but I'm like, and I'm sure 20 years from now, I'll just be like 4K all the way. But right now, I'm like, I'm fine with Blu-ray.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm sorry, but What Else Can I Do is the underrated gem of Encanto. I like it much more than Surface Pressure, but not as much as We Don't Talk About Bruno. No, no, no.
No.
And that's a
I could
wonderful.
see Walter's eye twitch when he said Bruno.
I love the one bit where she just sings "I'm not okay." Like that one part just sticks with me a lot whenever I think of that song.
Mm-hmm. Honest Reviewer, thank you for the 50 bits. I like Raya for what it is. My only issue is that it's too short. My favorite character is Tong as the film's equivalent of Drax, but he shows up so late in the film. Maybe if you added minutes or turn it into a series, could have fixed it.
I can see that as a series, actually. I think that'd be a very, actually, I could see that working.
Yeah. All right, let's rearrange these tiers so that it'll be best to worst within the tier.
Oh
so,
man,
I mean, I guess we're gonna start off hot.
Yeah.
Hot. Tangled, Frozen.
Hey, I honestly think it's fine the way it is. It's completely fine the way it is.
I put Frozen first of those.
Tangled.
I'd either say Frozen or Encanto. For even it's really hard to choose. That's rough.
That's funny. Okay. I think we're all gonna have different opinions on this.
I think we are too. Yeah.
I'm gonna math. Oh my god, who's letting me math? I'm gonna math. Are we ready for mathing? All right, Doug, give me what you would do as first, second, third.
Man, I'll say Encanto, Frozen, then Tangled.
Okay, Encanto, Frozen, Tangled. Okay. Walter, give me yours.
Frozen, Tangled, Encanto.
Frozen, Tangled, Encanto. Okay, Malcolm, give me yours.
Encanto, Frozen, and I just haven't seen Tangled yet. I do hear good
You
things
haven't
about
seen
it.
Tangled?
I know.
Sorry, that was so scandalized. So I guess that'll be third for you. Okay, Rob, what's yours?
Just as is, Tangled, Frozen, Encanto.
Okay, interesting. And then mine would be Tangled, Encanto, Frozen. We all did different.
Yeah, we're not gonna get anywhere. I didn't even write it down.
So funny.
I basically agreed with Doug though. I put wait. What did you put first, Doug?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Doug and Malcolm were.
Well, there you go. That's the choice. We gotta go with that. So yeah, that's just the math. That's what the math says.
Give me a second. So basically, I wrote all of yours down, and so if you gave it first, I'll give it 3 points. If you gave it second, I'll give it 2 points, and if you gave it last, I'll give it 1 point.
That's smart.
We'll math it out. And since it's gonna take me a second to math because I don't math well, I'm gonna put a poll in chat too. See what chat says. I'm just gonna put it which one. You vote for your favorite, chat. Okay? You vote for your favorite. And that's gonna get a bonus point. Whatever your favorite one is, chat. Okay? I'm putting it in chat in just a second. Tangled. Frozen. Encanto. I'm gonna give myself at least 3 minutes to math. There we go. Chaos!
Here we go.
That's the
the numbers are jumping. Yeah, Tangled is getting up there. I have not seen Tangled, but everybody seems to be really.
It's good. Everyone has that one. It's always either Tangled, Frozen, or Moana. That's their CG Disney princess movie, pretty much.
It's close.
Man. Very close. How come I can't? Man, maybe I got push. Oh, there we go. Little button that said push down. That turned out I had to push that down. That Tangle's pretty. Tangle's in the lead.
Yeah.
It's in the lead.
Oh yeah.
877. Oh my. Oh my.
I haven't looked up yet to see. Oh my gosh,
close.
yeah, no kidding.
Very close.
Chat.
It's
Yeah,
so close.
So close.
You could be the deciding factor. Vote now.
Right.
See, chat loves
The
being
choice
involved.
is up to you.
Operators are standing by. Aha! Encanto is now tied with Tangled.
Excellent. Wow.
Through a tie.
Oh my god, if it's a 3-way tie, that'd be amazing.
Just leave it like that.
Oh,
Oh, Tangle got it.
it's so. Ah. That's so close.
Suspense is terrible. I hope it'll last.
It might make a difference because I'm doing the math and some of ours are also tied.
Of course they are.
boy.
Wow.
This is actually how they picked Soviet premiers back in the day.
You've
That
got to be
Tangled seems to be in
joking.
the lead.
No way.
After the math, I don't think I did this math wrong, but after the math, every single one got 10 points.
Whoa.
Of course it is.
Well, Tangle's winning right
Well,
now.
then we just leave it as
Single
is.
one got
Well, I'll
10
leave it
as is,
points.
So that
Or-
means it.
Oh no! Rob, we can't just leave it as is. We have to go to chat. Chat is the exact order that is there. So yeah, leave it as is.
I'm just
So basically, the one I wanted is exactly what it is.
Well, aren't
Wow.
you lucky? Aren't you lucky?
No.
They're very lucky, aren't they, Chaplin? Yes. Oh, God.
I'm just double checking my work. Yeah,
Yeah,
holy cow.
I mean, we all did
Oh.
a different order, so I mean, it kind of makes sense.
and there was no Starlink
All
involved.
right, I guess.
Tangle's got it. Tangle's got it.
Or no, Malcolm, you and I had the same lineup.
Yeah, we had the same one. Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Wow.
Tangled's got it. I think we'll just leave it how it is then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave it, I guess.
We'll just leave it how it is. Oh
You bunch of
my
weirdos.
gosh. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so maybe y'all saw something that I didn't. So
Well, they literally did.
literally did.
All right, now the one that has the most stuff in it.
Bolt's
the
number one.
A tier, I swear to God.
No, I will put bolts at the bottom of that
Can,
list.
can we put bolts at the bottom of this?
Yeah, bolts for me, it's easily at the bottom.
That feels like a right has been wrong.
We
Oh, yeah,
did.
a
yeah,
wrong
yeah,
has
that's-
been righted a little
That's
bit.
unanimous.
Okay. I was gonna say we didn't ask Malcolm.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Amongst these, yes, that is.
Let's see. What would be first? Maybe.
Moana or Princess and the Frog for me, probably. Wreck-It Ralph would be third. Zootopia I would put next to Bolt.
Yeah.
Are we going in order, Heather, or are we just shouting out what we want?
I don't
Well,
know.
what-
I mean, if you want me to do the math for this one again, I can also math for this one.
I don't know if anyone's
Four.
as passionate. Well, who? So what would be number one for you? What would
I
be
would
That's
your-
say Wreck-It Ralph for this one.
Okay, so
This one
Wreck-It
good.
Ralph for Walter for his one. Doug, what would your one be?
Man. I might go Zootopia actually. Just in terms
Wow,
of how it's
interesting.
structured and
All
everything.
right.
That's probably the closest.
Maybe we will have to do the math again.
We might.
Because Malcolm, what's your number one in A tier?
Let's see. I'd probably put Moana
Moana.
number
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Rob.
Actually, I'll go with Walter. I'll put Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay, and I would put Moana. All right, you know what? Let's.
Here we go.
Math time. Bolt
I mean-
stays where it is. Okay, Bolt
that's
stays
fine.
where it is.
I mean, I'll say this: if it makes it, I'm not like if you twist my arm, I don't mind putting Moana above it. Like,
Well,
changing my
Doug,
vote to
I
Moana.
want to know what your order would be.
Man, it's rough because they're good, except Bolt.
Guys are asses.
Man. Actually, I will say Moana. The visuals stick out a little bit more
Okay.
for me. So I will say that. Yeah.
Well, then the rest of them, I'm getting all of them, so we
Oh,
can.
oh, the
except
rest.
Bolt.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
except Bolt. Yeah, I want.
okay,
I
okay,
want
Mo-
it.
Gotcha. Moana, Zootopia, Wreck-It Ralph, then Princess and the Frog.
Okay. Walter?
Wreck-It Ralph, Zootopia, Moana, then Princess and the Frog.
Okay. Malcolm?
See, Moana, Wreck-It Ralph, Princess and the Frog, and Zootopia.
Okay. Rob?
Wreck-It Ralph, Moana, Princess and the Frog, Zootopia.
Okay. And I am Moana, Wreck-It Ralph, Princess and the Frog, Zootopia.
Yeah, that's like
All right.
Again, we're all over the place.
We are.
well,
We'll see.
me and Heather voted the same, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Hmm.
We did. Yeah, we did. All
I
right, you know
changed to
what?
put Bolt at number 1. No,
What was that?
Put Bolt number 1.
Put Bolt number 1.
I still haven't seen it, but I've heard such great things because it's in A tier, so it's got to be great.
All right,
You're gonna be
chat.
so disappointed.
I am also doing the same thing. You're getting a vote to help for the top one. So whatever your favorite one is, these are longer titles. Holy cow. Okay. I don't know if I spelled Zootopia right, so deal with it. Okay.
Zootopia. 4
Pick
O's.
your favorite, chat, and I have some math to do.
I mean, I feel like Moana's got to be number 1 because that was still the most number 1s, I feel like.
Well,
See what
I just
chat
want
is
to make
saying.
sure. Okay.
Do y'all remember that Coke beverage called Fruitopia?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I never tried it.
Yeah, it's just like a bottle.
Sounds like a
fruit-flavored
euphemism for Fire Island.
beverage. Fruitopia.
It's putting their different. Oh, good. Apparently, you did spell Zootopia right.
Good, great.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, okay. Wreck-It Ralph's really in the lead.
glad
Okay.
to know.
Wait, which-
Moana's like really low. Yeah, it's
which-
not like Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia. I mean, okay, Wreck-It Ralph's the guy.
Oh yeah, I put Moana second, so
Hmm.
Wait, which one should be number 1?
Yep.
Is the question.
Yep. That's what
yeah.
I was doing.
Yeah, what's their favorite out of all of them? But Bolt wasn't on there. You could have put Bolt on there if you gave an option for B.
They wouldn't just vote for Bolt, though, you know?
They would definitely.
Yeah, they totally would. That's why I want to see it. Some of these are rough because it is one of those where it's like I do think of the faults more when you have to like line them up. So I really, really like because usually I'm like, oh, that's a good movie. They're like, I never thought I'd be bad mouthing Bolt as much as I am. It is a delightful little movie, but it's like,
damn
man,
straight
yeah,
it
just
is. You
compared to
bunch of
everything
haters.
else. But hey, that's weird. That's so weird. So like now all these things I just scrutinize like a lot more.
Wreck-It Ralph double the number of the next one of Zootopia.
Yeah.
Goodness.
That's wild.
People like Wreck-It Ralph, man. It's too bad that sequel wasn't
Wreck-It
as
Ralph
good.
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sequel. was good.
Could you imagine going into like other video game
Yeah, I know,
game
it would've been so cool.
systems and getting other video
Yeah,
game characters and stuff?
Going in the internet was just the wrong creative choice from the beginning.
No, we cannot move Bolt to C.
This is the
I have
hill.
spoken.
This is the hill.
The
that
hill I'm dying on, and I'm already dying on the low part of the hill, so.
All right. While chat finishes their vote, according to our votes, it is. Nope, not Princess and the Frog. Moana had 17. Wreck-It Ralph had 16 points. Zootopia had 11, and Princess and the Frog had 8.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
really?
bad. It's decent.
But the poll just ended and Wreck-It Ralph killed.
Wreck-It Ralph
Yeah, Wreck-It
did
Ralph.
kill. So I feel like
Because it's
chat
awesome.
has decided
The
that
order.
Wreck-It Ralph is first because it was
Mhm.
Moana had 17, Wreck-It Ralph had 16, so the chat vote would tie it. And I feel like the right thing to do is to just give it to chat. You know,
It's
the
just
people
right.
have
It's
spoken.
just right.
The
Mhm.
people have
Makes
The
spoken.
only thing I disagree, I would put Princess and the Frog higher than Zootopia, but otherwise it's decent.
I'll live with
Yeah.
it. I'll live with it. All right, now I think B is the last one we have to organize here. Winnie the Pooh,
Yeah.
Big Hero 6, Raya. So
Well, they're all exactly the same, so this should be easy. Like, how do you
Exact same
compare
story.
the Winnie the Pooh one to the other two? Even like, I don't know where I would.
Big Hero 6, I think, is clearly the best of the two that I've seen, but I don't know where you put Winnie the Pooh because I've not seen it.
Well, again, maybe unpopular, whatever here, but actually, I would put Winnie the Pooh as first.
Okay.
I think for what it is, it's probably the best for what it is. It has the fewest problems, and it's really charming and delightful. It really sticks to the
Honestly,
source material very well.
I'm probably fine with the list as is.
I-
Hero 6 and Ryan.
I would switch Raya and Big Hero 6. I liked Raya more than Big Hero 6, but yeah,
I
it's my
can't
vote.
remember Raya as much, so I'll say Big Hero 6.
Mm.
Okay, so Doug, give me yours so I can just write it down.
Well, it always starts with Pooh,
Okay, great.
and then Raya and Big Hero 6.
Raya, Big Hero 6. Walter.
Big Hero 6, Raya, and I haven't seen Pooh.
Okay. Malcolm.
I've only seen Big Hero 6 of these three.
Ah, I see. So
Yeah.
you feel like
Yeah,
it's
I don't
still
really.
great. Rob?
As is Winnie the Pooh, Big Hero 6, Raya.
Okay. And I would do same as Walter. Big Hero 6, Raya, and then I've never seen Winnie the Pooh. So
You gotta lead with Pooh.
I do. You do. We do gotta lead with Pooh, I suppose. All right, this is the last one. So again, chat, we're gonna toss you in here too. I feel like the math is gonna be easier on this one. Remember, you are voting for your favorite. Chat, you are voting for your favorite. Boop-a-doop. I'm just gonna put Pooh instead of Winnie the Pooh.
I like talking to Carl. It's like, please stop calling it Pooh. Never!
I'm also just gonna put Raya, so I don't have to type out the whole Raya and the Last Dragon title.
Fair.
2 minutes. Go. Okay, this one I feel like is definitely gonna be easier for me though.
Now, if Bolt was called Pooh, it'd definitely be an S tier. Hello, Majestic Demon. I too love Pooh. Pooh is wonderful. Who doesn't love a chubby Pooh?
Oh God.
Not the chubby Pooh.
Chubby Pooh.
Oh, ball.
Right.
It's always strange to think when the Pooh is filled with stuffing,
Partic-
but yes.
Particularly when it's in the honey pot.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Or
chat.
stuffed up the rabbit hole.
Oh.
I hate how hard that made me laugh.
Think of the children, please.
We are. That's the mindset we're caught in right now. The mindset of Pooh.
It's okay. Just shove a couple of sticks in it like antlers and draw a happy face on it. It'll be
Hmm.
fine. You can keep it in your rabbit hole for forever.
Ooh, this will be a
Oh.
close one too. Then
Where do you
actually.
spend your nights?
This is a zesty poll.
Joel B, thank you for the
And-
hunt. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, Big Hero 6 definitely has a huge lead.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure to get enough fiber, otherwise you're going to have to deal with heffalumps.
Oh no.
The
Oh.
less said about woozles, the better.
Oh my god. Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Rob, what do you think of Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz?
I liked him. I thought weird for him, but I was just like, honestly, he could have been a little more over the top. I just saw him in Chaos on
Yeah.
Netflix. I thought he was amazing in that. One of my favorite roles of his. So I don't know. I was expecting maybe a little more, but I didn't dislike him. I just thought like, oh, like it's a low key kind of Goldblum, like nothing bad, but yeah, it was fine.
Chat has chosen Big Hero 6, and actually, so did we.
Okay.
Big Hero 6
I'm
had
mad
9
at it.
points.
I'm
Winnie
not-
the
I'm
Pooh
not
had
mad
8.
at it.
Raya had 6. So there we are. We have a
I got Bolt in A. My mission is complete.
You know, I'm not going to lie. Seeing Bolt at the tail end of A, and then there's Big Hero 6, Winnie the Pooh, and Raya is there. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's make a little bit more sense. I put Pooh above Bolt, but it's like, yeah, that's looking righter. That's looking more correct.
I mean, the Pooh would always be behind Bolt if we're being
We have a couple of more bit messages to read, and then we're just going to start signing off here.
All right.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. There's a Spider-Man series on Disney Plus called Marvel Spider-Man. Have you seen it?
Nope.
No. Strider for Life, thank you for the 50 bits. The Spider-Man on Disney Plus I'm referring to was made in 2017.
Still nope.
Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. And this is one that Doug read. I too love Pooh. Pooh is wonderful. Who doesn't love a chubby Pooh? Majestic Demon, thank you for the 50 bits. Who doesn't love it when Tigger bounces on Pooh?
Oh,
You know, it really should put the H at the end of that word.
Right.
The tops are made out of bottoms. The bottoms are made out of tops.
Pat H is doing a lot of carrying in this conversation right now. And that's it, actually. That is all the bit messages. So, thank you all so much.
that was good timing.
That was
Yes, indeed.
perfect timing. We did
Yeah.
this very
That worked
well.
out.
Good job, team. Good job. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Please remember that the only reason that we were able to do this tonight is because we hit our December goal. We do have a current January goal, which you can see above us center there. So hopefully we can get to that. We got 9 days, okay? 9 days. I believe in us, chat. 9 days.
Believe in you. Believe in you.
Have a great rest of your evening, like I've already said, and come on back here tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. We've got content, and we'll be here for you. Bye, everybody!